Good afternoon, everybody. It's Lynn, the Leather Bag Lady here. How are you all today on this Getting Better Thursday Leather Bag Lady weather report? The morning started out really kind of wet and gross, but the sun's trying to come out. I don't know if it's supposed to today, but the weekend is going to be absolutely beautiful. And I'm going to be at the trailer with my girlfriend, Connie, and it's her birthday on Sunday. So it's going to be a girls' weekend, albeit that the boys will probably come up on Sunday and make it a little bit more of a couples situation, but have not spent an overnight at the trailer in a few years. So I'm looking forward to that. I will miss my Pius, that's for sure. Last night he was like, I'm gonna miss you. I'm like, yep, we are still in that madly in love stage. We're coming up for our first year anniversary later on this month, so we constantly reminisce about how much we've packed into this year, but we'll talk about that maybe a little bit closer to that year anniversary. So today's bag is a simple little bag. It's nothing, there's no maker's mark, which frustrates me because I so love the history. I'm watching these restoration programs right now, and they're all based in the UK, which is where I was born and grew up until I was 12 years old. And then I went back in my 20s for 9 years, and I really do have a revived appreciation for the history that was in my backyard. And I kind of respected it, but not as much as I probably should. It's like Pius being from New Waterford in Cape Breton. He says to me the ocean was, I could see it from the stair window, and I didn't even embrace it. And we've been kind of looking at some houses in Nova Scotia, and we found one yesterday, and I mean, the ocean was just right there. But I'm not sure we're ready. Oh, this hair makes my face itchy. I'm not sure we're ready for that quite just yet. We've got a few years of work ahead of us. And anyway, let's get to the bag. So this little beauty is just it's simple, but not as simple. This is simple. This is just a very kind of Art Deco, in my mind, look styling. Now, I originally put this as an 80s bag, and then when I opened it up and noticed this removable, I don't want to break anything here, this removable strap, I'm like, I'm not sure that was an 80s thing. So I amended and then the velvet interior is a telltale. So I've listed this as a 60s bag. Watching this Daisy Jones and the Six, which is all filmed in the 70s, and the bags, the suede, every time a suede bag comes on camera, either Pius or I'll go, well, you know how I feel about suede. But they're the coats and the 70s is not really my zhuzh at all. I don't like the browns and all that dark color, but I have a real new appreciation for, you know, the kind of Lady Godiva sleeve, the big bell sleeve, and just, it was just a really cool time. And I am enjoying watching that part of it. And the bags, the tooled saddle leather bags that just really were the 70s. So this little guy, I'm going to stick my neck out a little bit and say it's a 60s bag. So you've got this beautiful patterned geometric shape with the regular leather, and then this little kind of square diamond accent here. Regular leather on the top, and then just that nice black leather on the back. Not really a true gusset of sorts, but definitely kind of a platform. And it's got a nice amount of stretch on the side. So you are going to be able to get quite a few things in there. Zipper pocket, but look at what's in that zipper pocket. Isn't that fantastic? And again, did I kind of mess around with it being 70s for a moment with that in there? I did, but no, I kind of settled on the 60s. And I'm happy to stay there. It is in absolutely beautiful condition. I really haven't had to do anything to it. There's maybe a little scuff there that I can take care of. But the strap is in beautiful condition. And the strap is actually lengthier than most. It's a 22-inch strap drop, which will lend itself to crossbody very nicely. And then if you want to make it a shoulder, you can. So there's two options. And then you can take that strap off. And it's a really nice little clutch. So lots of options with this little beauty. But the more I look at it, actually, the prettier I think it is. Just a really nice little piece of vintage art to put on your shoulder whilst you're going to lunch or to the movies or to the play or wherever it is you're going, that you want to just elevate your outfit just a little bit. I really enjoy that, and I've talked about it quite a few times because my daughter is very good at doing that. She will put a nice vintage piece with very casual. She's a bit of a sporty girl, so very, a lot of, very casual clothing. She sent me a little video of her finding a beautiful purple leather with a orange, I think it was orange or pink interior, little pouch. Now I have the same pouch in turquoise suede. So I think it may, if it's the same shape, it may not be the same size. I don't know why my finger's so itchy. I think I'm going to get money or something. One side's money, one side's angry. I hope for bias' sake it's money. Oh, dear Lord. I don't know why it's so itchy. But anyway, so that is today's bag. Super, super cute little 1960s shoulder crossbody clutch. And it is now on Etsy. So if you want some more pictures, then by all means take a look on there. So yesterday I had a show in Guelph. It isn't something that I really want to get back to. Every time I do a show, it just kind of reiterates that the in-person shows are just not for me anymore. Not only is it the travel, it was pissing rain yesterday, and I find the driving in the rain very stressful, especially when you're on a route that has a lot of transport trucks. And I mean, I'm engaged to a transport trucker, and I mean, I hear him talk about the people on the road with him when we're, he's got the earpiece thing, so we can chat quite easily. And I mean, he just gets so exasperated with some of the drivers who are new to driving, new to transport trucking, and a lot of them new to Canada. So it just seems to be a huge influx of drivers that maybe don't have a history with driving in this country, and it sure proves to be problematic. That is for sure. But anyway, we had to take Pius's pickup truck to the mechanic last night, and it's been there for service today. So I am carless today. I did my workout here. I finally plugged in the elliptical, but the elliptical has a new use. I'm going to see if I can turn you around so you can see. It is, can you see it? Maybe it's a little dark. There's one bag, 2 bags, 3 bags, 4. It is a bag hanger. That is what the new use for my elliptical is. I have, and then I'll move you around again if I can. That laundry basket is right there, is full. There's my light box, my little carts. All this stuff is going to be heading into my office shed, or my shed office at some point, but we're not quite there yet. So Pius laughs because the rule for the elliptical was, and I created the rule, if there's a sweater on that elliptical at any time, garbage. I don't care who it is. I don't care what it is. It's going in the garbage. So the bags, when I restain them or clean them and they are extremely wet, it just is such a perfect place for me to hang them up. So I did some thrifting yesterday and I picked up this guy, which actually has come out so much better than I ever imagined. I thought I was going to have to repaint it. Now, obviously, I will have to do some work in the corners, but I've only cleaned it once and it has come up. That's what it looked like originally. I've missed a spot there. And it's really come up really quite nice. So I'm going to give it another clean. It was quite wet, so I'm going to give it some time to dry. I have a feeling I'm probably going to have to do a little bit of repainting, but that's why the bags get hung on the elliptical machine. Because it's a great spot to dry them, in front of my window. And anyway, I digress, as I always do. So I'm not sure what's on the agenda for tonight. I am with my clients tomorrow, so far anyway, unless they cancel. And we will hopefully be picking up Pius's truck, because I could have driven Pius to work this morning, but not at 4:30. No. And so my son has my one car, Pius has my other car, and I'm like, okay, I'm grounded. But you know what? I don't mind that. I sit here, I watch my historic decorating programs, I'm cleaning bags, painting bags. On Marketplace, I've got a couple of Roots bags to pick up tomorrow. Don't see them for what I can afford very often. So when I do, I try and pick them up, the vintage ones anyway. And it's just all fantastic. Like, what a great life. I don't have a pot to piss in, but what a great life. Thank God for the little shack. Because if I was living in any of these beautiful houses that I'm watching getting renovated, no, that would not be happening. But you know what? Pius and I are, as I said, we're coming up for a year towards the end of this month. And we have, we've done Ticats games, we've done Blue Jays games, we've done the East Coast, we've done Mexico, we've done an off-grid cabin, we've done numerous trips to Niagara Falls, and we've gotten engaged, and it is just a wonderful, wonderful life. We've had a rough go the last, well, maybe not, the last week or two has been great. But moving in here, the end of March April was a rough month. But you know what? That's life, right? That is life. You're going to have good days, good weeks, bad weeks, good months, bad months. And that is just only natural. And I am so proud of us, how we've navigated it. Pius is so laid back. He is so easygoing that my kind of overthinking, hyperactive brain, he just listens to me, let me ramble. A little bit like my dad, actually. My dad has great ideas and just needs to get them out. And whether or not they actually come to fruition is another thing. And if you've been following me for a while, you'll probably attest to that as well, even in some of the chats I've had with you guys on my channel here. But if you're new to my channel, welcome. I know we're kind of coming to the end. I live in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. I am a 55-year-old woman. I have 2 kids, 24 and 25. I've been running this little leather bag business. I'm in my 9th year. It's just a hobby, really, more so than a business. I could make it much bigger than it is right now, but I don't want to deal with the financial issues and all the rules and regs and all that kind of stuff. So I just kind of keep it really small. And I'm actually going to be making it even smaller because I'm going to try and stick within the footprint of the city that I live in. Hamilton has just over 500,000 people in it. And if I can't carve out a tiny income in a city with that many people in it, then I shouldn't be doing this. It's just getting a routine going. And that's what I was working on yesterday when I was at my show, because it really wasn't that busy. And again, that just helps me kind of understand that for me, physical shows are really not the way to go, between the hot flashes that I get setting up, the gas prices, the fact that, you know, I go to a show and maybe 20 people have access to my stuff. I go online, 20,000 people could have access to my stuff. So it's just getting over that fear of the technology and not knowing how to use it to its best advantage. And that is where I've been procrastinating. I am a bit of a procrastinator, as I'm about to have another hot flash. Look at the color of that red face. Anyway, everybody, it's been 16 minutes, so way too long already, but they always seem to end up that way, don't they? Because I'm a talker and I go off on tangents and I give you stories and all the rest of it. If you're still with me, I love you. And if not, I get it. You want to see the bag? Get in, get out. And on that note, I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.